Welcome to this episode of the series on execution. Today, we are going to talk about the most important part or the most important lever of execution, and that is having a high performing team to execute your strategy or your project. Now, most of the team leaders they wish they had one of the most perfect teams that they could ever do to make the project success or make the strategy effective. A high performance team is important. It makes a difference between having a strategy and executing it. So, what is it that is needed to create this high performance team? Now, you whether as a leader you're managing a project, a strategy, or a cross functional team, a high performance team is what will make a difference to you. And in my 30 years of career, I have never seen a perfect team. So, have I not seen a good team or a great team? I have. But most of these teams are made out of individuals who are not so perfect. It is the leadership that creates that great team, and the leader's role is important in creating that team. So, today, what we'll do is in this episode, we'll deep dive into what it takes to create a high performance team. A research paper published by Harvard Business Review a few years back boiled down the key features that are needed for a team to be at its highest performance. And you would be surprised, there are just three key areas that are needed. Very simple. The first one is autonomy. Now, autonomy says what does it mean? It means people are free to work at their own pace and at their own place. Now, it's not possible for everybody to be working wherever they want all the time. Not all projects are like that. But if they have a relative independence of creating their own space and working with that and on their own time, the happiness in doing their work is much higher. The satisfaction is much higher. So that is the first one. So as a leader, you have to create that environment where it is not about coming to office 9 to 5 and going back home, but having a place, a space where they would do their work in independence, but when needed, they're also back in office and coordinating with everybody. So a mix of it is really works well. The second point that comes out quite often, and that's something that also has a big impact on people, is competence. Now, competence, you would believe that it's the competence of a person, that they should be fully competent to do their work. No. Let me explain a little bit more. Competence here means that they have their competence because that's why they are in the team, but they are pushed a little bit more beyond their boundaries. People like to be pushed on their competence. So if they are learning new things beyond their boundaries, is something that really helps them do high performance in their teams. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to completely make them go out of the comfort area. As long as it is a stretch, they love to do it. The third thing is relatedness. Now, what is relatedness? Relatedness is all about creating an environment where people work with each other. They form a part of the team. They feel a part of the team, that this is my job in this team. This is how I'm supporting this team. This is how I am interacting with the rest of this is the value that I'm providing to the team. As long as see that value coming, that's the relatedness. So three things, right? Autonomy, connectedness, and competence. Okay, sir. So three things in summary: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Right? Now, if you go deeper into this, does it mean that all the high performance teams are very well structured? They don't have arguments. A survey was done and a research was done. A high performance team is never a team where there are no arguments. It's surprising, but a high performance team is one there are a lot of arguments. But the difference is that they feel psychologically safe to express their opinion and agree to the fact that there will be difference of opinions, and they arrive at a decision which is right for the progress of the project or the strategy. So how do you identify a high performance team? The first thing is they do not email and text too much, but they call each other, right? They don't believe in writing mails. They do that just from you cannot be talking every time. You need to put on record something. So they don't text and email that much, but they pick up a call and talk to each other. They have their meetings are very structured, and they are focused towards getting a decision or achieving something out of it. It has an agenda, it has an action list, it has everything in that one. So meetings are effective, short, and they are put to the point, and they arrive at the decision. Third thing, they invest time in bonding over non-work topics. That means they find a time which is informal, where they talk to each other and create a bonding which is not work related. So go out and have that drink that you have been thinking about with your coworker or your team member. The fourth, they have their personal identity, which they protect, but they have a shared bonding as well. They understand that the other person brings their own strengths to the team, and they have their own personal identity, they have their own personal identity. So there's a shared bonding around it. So fifth, they give and receive appreciation. And this is not top down. This is peer to peer. So if people would appreciate what other person is doing, they don't wait for the team leader to tell them, oh, this guy has done a good job, right? Or this person has done a good job. So they do it themselves, peer to peer. And sixth, they are more authentic at work because they have that psychological safety. They're more authentic at work. The seventh, they express both positive and negative emotions. So negative emotions are not frowned upon, but they are psychological safe to express those emotions. So now that you know what these things are, have you ever worked for a high performance team, or would you like to work for one? So let me know in your comments for this episode. See you next time with another episode on execution. Until next time, bye.